John King, USA. CNN weeknights, 6 Eastern.
There are serious challenges facing the country. And, we started the show with a ridiculous conversation about the birther debate. I hope we never have to talk about that again. Then we had an interesting conversation about taxes in the economy. We should have those every single night. One of your points about this Why Can't We Get Along caucus was the president's job bill, other initiatives to come up to the House of Representatives. You're a Democrat, newly elected. You just ran in this environment. And there were a lot of people surprised that a Democrat won that seat up near Buffalo. Why is it? Why is it? The voters sent you here. Why is it when you go, why don't people get along?
John, I got to tell you, when we see polls that say 12% of the American public support us and like us, I want to know who those 12% are. And that's got to be our family and friends, because after what happened this summer, I've been on this job 5 months, and we brought this country to the brink of economic disaster because we could not resolve this. We could not find a compromise, something that, if you support the Constitution, our founding fathers knew how to compromise. We could have compromised this summer and saved this country from going to the brink. So when I went back and did 7 town hall meetings, freshly into the Congress and talking to our voters, they said, why can't you get along? And I said, listen, I'll just do the best I can. I'll try to develop personal relationships. I worked for Senator Moynihan a generation ago. We knew how to get the job done. We compromised on health care issues, Social Security. President Reagan would work together with Tip O'Neill. There was a different era that I come from, and I want to get back to that.
Well, you mentioned that. Ed Rollins, you know the Speaker of the House, John Boehner. I've known him for a long time. He used to work with Senator Kennedy on education legislation. He's a serious guy when it comes to policy. Sure. Why can't they get along? And they're in this, I was going to use non-family friendly language. They're in this back and forth now over the pieces of the jobs plan. Why can't they pass it?
I first came to Washington in 1973, and there weren't very many present members that were there. I think only one senator. What the Congresswoman is suggesting is to have a beer is a positive thing, not because you need the alcohol, but it used to be a place with a lot of social events, and you could fight all day long, and at night you'd go out, you'd have dinner, you'd sit down, and there were no haters. You were fighters, but you weren't haters, and it was plenty partisan. The days of Tip O'Neill and Ronald Reagan, it was plenty partisan, but there was never the hate. And my sense today is there's a lot of hate, there's a lot at stake, but we need to basically somehow have some socialized, give up a little bit on both sides, and at the end of the day, do what's in the best interest of the American public.
And I'm going to jump in here, and I'm going to say something that, quite frankly, is going to be unpopular. But to a certain extent, I'm sorry, America, but you, the voter, you have to take some responsibility in this. Because, look, this is one reason why they don't get along. If you look back over what happened in the primaries, the Republican primary side the last time around, how many senators did they take out? How many sitting Republicans did they take out because they were not, partisan enough? You got, so the American public has to take some responsibility in the people that they're electing, and their actions to, have consequences. And when you send a group of people to Washington who say that their #1 job is to defeat Barack Obama, not move the economy forward, this is the politics you're going to get. So the American people have to take some blame for that.